Now on Sunrise, final suspect arrested after a Gresham teen was shot dead in his bed. We hear from the victim's family. Plus,
That's sad because the brewery's been around forever, and as an Oregonian, it's kind of an institution for Oregonians.
a major and sudden closure along the Oregon coast. Rogue Ales and Spirits shutting down its Newport operations, as well as spots across the state. Your news starts now. Good morning, and thanks for getting up with us on this Saturday morning. I'm Libby Dowsett. Your headlines are in just a minute. But first, let's check in with Corey Johnson with a first look at our weather. It looks beautiful.
Yes, it is pretty beautiful outside. It's going to be a cloudy day, Libby, and we do have some sprinkles across some of our area. As I was coming into work, I noticed some on on my windshield as I was driving in. It is sprinkling scattered across the area. Really, this is our Vancouver camera that springs at the waterfront. You can see the droplets out on the camera at this time. Temperature right now sitting at about 54 degrees. This is radar. You can see it's pretty calm for the most part. A few sprinkles across some areas, including Southwest Washington near Longview, Kelso, Battleground, portions of Portland, and of course Vancouver. Right now our temperatures sitting really comfortable actually for our early morning. 53 in Portland, 53 in Longview, Kelso, mid 50s near the coast at this time. This is our Rose City camera as well. Cloudy outside, and that's what we can expect to see as we get throughout our day. And then we'll get a few sun breaks. Our Providence Park camera, similar story at 51 degrees there. This is what we can look at throughout the day. Cloud cover, but as we get further into the late morning and afternoon, it starts to clear up just a little bit, with a few sprinkles still sticking around through Southwest Washington. Planning out the rest of your day as we get to noon. Sun breaks do occur. We're going to get to about a high of 58, but I'll break down when we can see the rain return in a more steady fashion coming up.
Thank you, Corey. Our top story on Sunrise, a significant blow to Rogue Ales and Spirits suddenly ending its operations. Yesterday, closing its brewery in Newport and brew pubs across the state. The port director telling us the business owes more than $500,000 for rent and taxes to the port and Lincoln County. Here's what Newport's mayor told us.
Rogue has been an incredible partner, an incredible business in our community, iconic about Newport, and a wonderful and community-minded business that sponsored so many nonprofits and events that we will be sadly missing them.
The Port of Newport says only 3 out of the 60 workers will remain employed to help properly shut down the brewery. It also appears Rogue's pub locations in Southeast Portland, Salem, and Astoria will soon be closing. We will have more on this story coming up at 7 o'clock. In other news, the co-founder of longtime downtown Portland restaurant Higgins has died. Paul Mallalerie was 71 years old and led the restaurant's front of house team for decades. Mallarie's business partner, Chef Greg Higgins, posted that Mallalerie was, quote, the quiet force behind so much of what made Higgins what it is. Higgins says in the coming days they expect to share how they plan to honor Mallalerie. This morning, new developments in the murder of a Gresham 13-year-old. Police have arrested a third and final suspect. Liam Sponell Bailey was killed in April when gunfire went through an apartment wall, striking him while he was sleeping. A 17-year-old is the latest suspect arrested. You'll hear his name here since prosecutors plan to try him as an adult. John Adams has more.
Gresham police tell us Coy was arrested at an apartment on Thursday in Southeast Portland. A judge has ruled he will stay behind bars for now. Nearly 7 months after the shooting death of a Gresham teen, the nationwide manhunt for his alleged killers has come to an end. On Thursday, local law enforcement announced the arrest of 17-year-old Terrell Coy. Coy, along with Anthony Hunter Jr. and Xavier Hirsch, are accused of killing 13-year-old Liam Spanley Bailey. when gunfire from a neighboring unit hit the teen while he was sleeping in his dad's apartment. Hunter Jr. was arrested in September, Hirsch in mid-October. According to court documents, the suspects were involved in a robbery at that neighboring unit when the shooting happened. Hunter Jr. and Hirsch are facing charges of second-degree murder, first-degree robbery, and unlawful use of a weapon. Spanley Bailey's mother, Jessica, spoke with us after Hunter Jr.'s arrest.
And the banner, that's his handwriting that I got off of his homework that he was working on before he passed away. We're finally on our way to getting some justice for Liam.
Multnomah County District Attorney Nathan Vasquez released a statement after Coy's arrest saying, "My office will do everything in our power to make sure everyone responsible for the death of Liam is held accountable. We will also prosecute anyone we can prove helped the suspects hide from police." The Multnomah County District Attorney's Office has filed a motion to charge Coy as an adult. In Northeast Portland, John Adams, KGW News.
In other headlines, a Portland woman has been found guilty except for insanity in the murder of her brother, a Portland State basketball star. A judge sentenced 37-year-old Tamina Strickland to 22 years and ordered she be placed in the care of the state psychiatric review board. That means she'll be committed to the state hospital, but if the review board finds she no longer needs that level of care at any point, she will serve out the rest of her sentence in prison. Strickland shot and killed 22-year-old Deontay Strickland in 2019. A health alert this morning. The Oregon Health Authority is urging parents to stop using a brand of infant formula recalled over possible botulism infections. The CDC now reports 2 cases of infant botulism in Oregon linked to ByHeart formula products. Nationwide, there have been 23 cases, up from the 15 reported on Tuesday. OHA says if your infant recently had this brand of formula, label it "do not use." Store it for at least a month and monitor your baby for any symptoms. At least 2 families are suing the company, which says it's focused on making sure families are aware of that recall. Hillsborough and Washington counties hosted a grand opening of a new homeless shelter yesterday. It's located near Dairy Creek Park, open year-round and pet-friendly. The shelter has 75 beds with a mix of indoor group spaces and individual shelter pods.
Our goal is always going to be housing. How do we move people into housing? So we're going to use our shelter space to get people housing ready with soft skills and rent well and allowing them to just calm their nervous systems to the best of their ability. One of our intentions here at the shelter is to meet people where they're at, and so many of our homeless friends have pets. So the shelter has 2 pet areas, relief areas where folks
Love that. Officials say this is the first shelter in Hillsborough designed to help adults experiencing homelessness connect with long-term housing.